Yes, it will the next day I dare. Yes, it
Sounds like there are more pieces to collect in the Accord.
I'd sure like to know what they all mean. Wouldn't you? Do it to it, hero.
The ship the Elixir have taken over. You're saying it's the very one the Ionians came here in?
Part of it anyway, what's left. They converted it to a permanent emplacement, but they still call it the progenitor ship. The mother of the Ionians. It's the source of all their tools. They put a little piece in every building. Every scientist gets a shot at the hull when they graduate. If the ship goes up, there's a lot the Ionians can't do. Do you have any experience with bomb disposal?
We've handled plenty of mines before. This shouldn't be a problem.
style of ship is quite old. Even with only this much left, it's incredible. I haven't seen anything like it. The material could have been affected by the time anomaly here. That could account for the relatively good condition.
As a frame of reference, how old would you say it is compared to your ships?
Easily hundreds of years.
Oh.
That equipment sure looks elixir. Let's see if we can tease it through. An exile captain? We must be doing some real damage if they're deploying like this.
Guardian, the mines. If even one of them goes off, it threatens the entire material supply for the settlement. No more anomalous energy signatures. Good work, Guardian. The Ionians are safe because of you.
We have to do more to stop the House of Exile. We know from our dealings in the Accord, the Archon's just out to speed up the Singularity's growth. He's just gonna throw more gas on the fire.
The Guardian will be able to stabilize the Singularity once we get through. There are too many problems, and all of them are connected.
You have no idea.
Unless you have any ideas, then we have to consider evacuation. Reunification with humanity. After centuries apart.
Centuries? No. No, them coming to Earth would be existentially disorienting.
Lodi, please don't mistake me. This is the Ionians' home. We have to believe there's a way for them to return safely.
And what if there isn't?
Ricardo Mandrina, we are Simiaba Kuntia Kuli, Yasa Kunya Kora. We are in a Dinabekaya Sunya Kunya, Patise Kusa. Yasamia Kundiana. Isuka Ola Hitana Mekanala, Isumia Kufa Sundi, Unyana Hushako Sumiana. Tuyasaka, Unyasindi, Uya Sumiala Kundi, Panaxindi Akaria.
Tequila, mami divina. Isuniaka Zunabule, Yazuniaka Sakania Fukura. Yasunde Akira, Yasara Fakinde, Ixalorda Yuri, Vinkeura, Bayasunde, Alakaya Fomara, Ya, Amani divine. Hisa Fakura Paketu Kovashuri. Tequila vake, in Suyava Ringiava, Frisangia, Kalingan Sikuri, Arisindia, Poliagatuia.
They found you so fast. My name is Orin. My name was Nasan R. Was Nasya Sawa. What do you call yourself, stranger?
Lodi, pleasure. Miss Oren, do you know something about who brought me here?
I know you will be elected to become something impossible. Your molecules have already volunteered.
I'm sorry, my molecules?
I was the emissary as you are, and will become the same. I quit, and it left me transmuted. I think if I can help you adjust, I can reclaim my mind.
Emissary for who?
The beings in your dreams.
You know who brought me here.
Oren, can you fight?
Persimmon! Oh, yes. Lodi, you can help. Can you see down the Valley of Time? 2 minutes ahead.
I am very sorry, ma'am, but I do not know what you're saying.
Take your time, Oren. Guardian, draw out Maya's Vex. The Vex signals Dean Rebecca provided are cloaked. Something's not right. Vex outposts are usually interlinked. Take these ones down first, and it will weaken the others in hiding.
Here's the Vex Ikora was talking about. Clear up the signals in the area, and bam! We have the location on a bigger boss. And we can use that one to get to the biggest boss. Let's go. So, we think there's a Strangelet capsule at the ritual site Dean Rebecca told us about. Do you think it was there all along?
It's possible. The way the Ionians talk about dark matter, like even elementary particles of the universe contain a spirit in their way.
The capsule is better for this way. It's fading for me, but I hear the singularity as well, in the distance.
Like a groan. You hear it too?
As we've been speaking with the Ionians and moving through their settlement, I've been constructing a theory. It needs work, but the nascent form is this. After the collapse, few people were leaving Earth. More recently, we would notice. And the Ionians are truly humans. I think they must have come here during the Golden Age. Maybe even before.
You keep saying that word. Collapse? I've never heard the Ionians say Golden Age or anything like it, but they've mentioned a span of time that was good. Better? Could be it.
Lodi, you said your vocation was translating. Now that you've added the Ionians to your repertoire, how many do you speak?
Fluently 4, passively 9, only written 2. Not many folks to speak them with these days. I grew up speaking 3 at home. I've learned the others in school. Here and there, anyone who would teach me. Those 2 written ones, maybe I can learn how to pronounce them. Said you had the dreams too? Before you became emissary?
Languages I didn't understand. My leg turning to bismuth.
Same. Mine was cadmium, though.
Your continued interference has been noticed.
The conductor. Even out here, anyone who stands in the way of restoring your new golden age ends up trampled. You're here to make things worse.
Am I? I understand our designs for the future seem mutually exclusive to you, but I have ignored the Guardians since Nessus.
What power does this Maya bear? It's hives and nausea. Whatever paracausality she wields is fundamentally rule-breaking.
You chase a villain of your own imagination. My goals are not against you. They are above you. Now, leave us.
She's still going to throw everything she has to get us out of the way. Gate Lord incoming!
wants to return us to the Golden Age. The Ionians haven't talked about it. When was the Golden Age?
It ended centuries ago. There's reason to suspect the Ionian ancestors arrived before it began. Imagine watching the world end from the edge of the system.
Ikora, when was all this? Did the collapse happen in my time? Did my family die in an apocalypse? Or did they get to grow old and die happy? I need to know that they live a full life, even if I'm not there to see it.
How long ago? How long? When did the world end?
So many records were wiped out. We don't have an exact number. Hundreds of years ago.
They're gone. Are you kidding me? Just like that? There was an apocalypse, and it's ancient history, and that's it. I mean, didn't someone think that to etch a date in a stone or something helpful? There's no time capsules, no bunkers, just gone? And I can't undo any of it.
Lodi. That would have never been possible. Surely you know this.
No. I don't know.
You're not the first person to wake up lost. I'll tell you what I tell the others. The Golden Age rose and fell, and then so did the Dark Age. There were few of us then, and survival barely eked out. But we did. Humans live. We built a city. In time, there will be more.
There were hundreds.
I know. Can you tell me what you do remember?
What does it matter now? I'm sorry. I was... sorry. It's such a simple question, but I know. I remember stars. I used to drive out into the country to see them. As bright as they were hundreds of years ago. Oh, always used to take my breath away. Just looking up, realizing all over again how much more was out there that nobody saw. As the stars aren't such a wonder anymore. Out here.
There are still mysteries.
Their identity is so tied to this place, to this work. I wonder if they would be happy if we evacuated them to the city. To take them away from it would be the same as if we left Soul and the Traveler behind. Our purpose becomes null.
I need a little air. Guardian, come find me in the temple.
Is that Lodi's journal? He wouldn't just leave it like this. Lodi, come in. We found your journal. Are you there? He's not answering. Something feels wrong. Let's track him down.
Akmine, Yasuduya, Matinkia, Pania, Fatikakuya. Asika, Ayasakuye. Ea, Fatika, Parina Sukupa. Ea, Fatika, Tulia, Fatuna. Pasantia, Pakia, Fatukia, Patinte. Yusunea, Fatikaya, Pukia, Pumba.
Last time I found one of these pieces, I was having a hard time. Fixing to bug out of this orbit for good. And then what stopped me, convinced me there was something left for me here after all. Figured there were secret clues to my place in the Nine's grand plan. Turns out, they were Ionian messages that never made it home. I've just been collecting undelivered mail this whole time. Even if they weren't meant for me, there's no doubt in my mind I was meant to deliver them. I'm glad they finally made it back home, where they belong. Just like me.
Guardian, you've met Dean Rebecca. She's my rescuer, your host. She wants our help studying the Vex. I've only been able to get so far.
I'm not surprised. They're hostile on a good day.
They didn't seem to mind me getting close.
It's odd they didn't shoot you on sight.
Huh. The Dean would appreciate help bringing deactivated Vex samples to Professor Fiola.
We've cleared the path for the Ionians to approach their field study site once more. One of them said thank you to me as they were walking by. Lodi mentioned teaching them some phrases. He's been helpful. The Ionians approach science as faith. Utmost belief in understanding through study. Certainty not in the result, but in the process. And in their faith, room for failure. The necessity of it to try again with new understanding. I think I should follow my intuition with Lodi. I should form a new hypothesis.
Lodi, as the Guardian tracks down more strangelets, we're wanting to better understand the presence of dark matter on Kepler. Do you have an Ionian contact we could speak with?
Sure do. Dr. Carnahan's gonna be your gal. She's, it's a bit of a recluse, doing a bunch of research out here in the sticks. She was one of the first Ionians I met when I landed here. I say met. She did point some kind of thingamajig at my head. Not a gun, mind you, more like a Swiss Army medieval gauntlet.
Seeing a spike of exile activity. Is this doctor safe on her own?
It's true the Ionians are a peaceful bunch, but field work requires metal. I'm sure a gauntlet did much more than look sharp. Speaking of, I'm at a research outpost. She's not here. Which wouldn't normally be worrisome, but the place is completely ransacked. No sign of her assistant either. He's usually... Oh, damn it.
Lodi?
Take care of those exiles. Let me call you back. Guardian, this is Miss Ray. I'm not really sure how to describe what I'm looking at. A person. I think it's a mess. There's someone was killed. I'm not sure who. There isn't enough left to tell. I need to look around.
Do you need backup?
No, patrol the area. Cold-blooded murder isn't usually the House of Exile's MO, but I have a hard time believing the Vex would be this brutal.
Ikora, Lodi, we've got another group of exiles. Though nothing seems out of the ordinary apart from, well, the normal exile abnormality.
I've got some semblance of a trail leading out of here. Take care of those guys. I'll touch base when I've got a lead. Guardian, I've located Dr. Carnahan. She's safe, but she's shaken. Understandably.
If she's safe, then what you saw at the outpost.
Yeah. Her assistant, Reese. Budding linguist. He didn't deserve this.
يا حلقان بيسمي أدية أسوي يسمي يسم ياموني على تكيا I urias exile kinsi uyakaponi ara tekia urias kunyaruya lakinde yoruya bye.
Dr. Carnahan asked us to find a piece of technology that the House of Exiles stole when her assistant was murdered.
Guardian, there's something here you need to get, closer to the singularity. I'm sending you some coordinates. Do these make any sense to you?
I take it these are from the Nine.
I have to assume so, unless the guys at Langley programmed me a trigger phrase before I left. Guardian, we're looking for a member of the House of Exile. My, hunch led me to some Elixni tracks. My guess is the technology that was taken is on its way to the Archon as we speak. That's our thief. We'll need to move fast.
Can you give us any more information on what we're looking for?
Carnahan called the technology Mattermorph. Does exactly what it says in the package. It can take any matter and break down its molecules in an alarmingly short amount of time.
We've seen how easily Mattermorph can kill. It's too unstable for someone like the Archon to wield. Exercise caution. She's carrying delicate cargo. I'm not sure how resilient this technology will be to a stray rope dart.
If this tech works as well as it sounds like it does, it'll be a big problem in the wrong hands.
The thief just dropped a bunch of Ionian artifacts. Lodi said the lab had been ransacked. They must have taken more than just Mattermorph. But why drop the stolen goods?
Hospitality, Deathless. Those who trust the giver receive gifts.
The Archon. Ikora, our thief being controlled.
And he's playing hospitality after trying to make all of our problems worse. Archon Levask. Return the stolen technology, and no one else needs to get hurt.
Exiles, you hear the deathless make false promises. Nothing appeases their greed as they vie for the giver's blessing. Extinction fated deathless. You have the sympathies of the House of Exile.
These dropped artifacts aren't gifts. The Archon's trying to lighten the load to make a quicker escape.
He seems as fortunate as he is reckless. Lifting Mattermorph was just a deadly coincidence.
Robbed a house and found a nuke. All it takes is one wrong judgment call and the Exiles could level Kepler.
As well as we do that Kepler isn't stable. How can we help your people?
There is no need. Levask is prophecy blessed. Lo, my exiles, I see without eyes the giver's feast, the rim of soul bent, exiles triumph, the deathless dead, and dead, and dead again.
Do you think 3 is going to send you home? The grand design you speak of means Kepler falls into the singularity, and the rest of Soul with it.
Feed the giver. Let the wormhole swallow all, and tear through the eternal unknown. Felsik's will is at her Archon's command.
We drop all that junk at your command, too?
Every failure is proof of the greater victory. The grand design is grand indeed.
This guy's not playing with a full deck. There is no plan.
Doesn't have to be this way. On Earth, Elixni and humans live in peace. They have homes, plentiful food sources, fellowship.
But Elixni practice sacrilege of the highest order. They have no place in a grand design.
Ikora, Lodi, we've got Mattermore. Interesting. It's reacting to that punch. Guardian, let's investigate.
ahead by your misjudgment. Open up the way to the singularity. No one else has to die.
What is sapient life, if not bodies? Fel 6 was necessary. Defeat is victory in the eyes beyond time.
He shut off his channel. A leader so obsessed with the hold he has on the world, he's willing to sacrifice his entire house for a paltry slice of power.
There's no grand design. Nobody's driving the car. This guy's just riding shotgun trying to convince us he's behind the wheel.
Manetavina. Tokia Fasunia, Ulia Satakaya. Yasonia, Aruya Duyakun. Yasakoya, Yasapadia Fun. Yasu, Insunyakutuya Saraya. Ayulakun Uria.
You can probably feel it too. The pull of gravity stolen, directed.
I think I follow. Who's doing the stealing?
The mycelial priest. Stop. The Archon.
You're saying the Archon's getting the power of the Nine somehow? And that's why he's so dangerous?
Yes. His grand design smells of unknown space. This giver did not give gifts willingly.
Guardian, someone's on the line.
Hello, Guardian. This is Lodi. Sorry to bother you. But I need to know if I'm losing it. Are you experiencing hallucinations? I was transcribing notes and saw myself from 5 minutes prior. It did just what I had done on a loop, then vanished. Does that concern you? Guardian, I can't provide more context, but I also can't maintain protocol if I'm compromised. There's uranium jazz in my spine. It feels like someone's hand is using my arm as a sleeve. Wait, I hear a voice. Guardian, there's someone in my head. Oh.
Test. Exceptional candidate. Superior harmonic synapses, optimum dimensionality. A favorable replacement.
Well, Guardian, does that concern you?